Howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here, laughing at myself because I'm reacting to absolutely nothing in complete silence. Welcome, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends to another day with the window slightly open but the fan not on, the door open, and no fans on outside. It is going to not be that warm today. We're supposed to have thunderstorms and then rain tonight, and we're not supposed to get too warm. So that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. For the last 2 days, it has been raining. Holy smokes. I mean, that's a good thing. And yet, that's bad if you only have a walker and you need to carry things on a walker if you got heavy stuff. So yesterday morning, one of my housemates drove all the way into town, drove me to Safeway, helped me get my stuff, and then drove me back here, and then she drove back out where they're staying. She and everyone at the house is in bad shape, health-wise, very sick, colds and such. Everyone's back to school and everyone's in close contact. And of the couple, she has a injured back. He is like knocked out from being sick. Everything's got to be out of here by Friday. I'm actually doing better getting my stuff packed up than they are. So thumbs up. Today I got to make some calls that I talked about yesterday, like to the kitten rescue place, and then I got to call up the church, which is about a 20-minute drive away from here. It's not far, but it's far. We're down here at the bottom. Washington State has 1/3 of it broken off this direction as a peninsula. Water comes almost all the way down. Shelton is right here at the bottom of that. It's called the Puget Sound. And then there's a block you can drive up to get to the water. Unity, where the town is, they're all the way up here at the water. They have to go all the way down here to the bottom of the sound to get to me. So I gotta call them, make sure everything's still good. Out at the Veterans Village place, I have my application, and I'm gonna talk about all that. And the person, one of the people that is working there, is going to meet me here at 8:45 in the morning, drive me over to the U-Haul place, and is going to drive the U-Haul or such back over here, which I'm not quite sure how we could do that because she needs to have her vehicle, and you can't have her vehicle and drive that vehicle at the same time. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Might need a third person to drive the vehicle. We shall see. But the big thing that happened yesterday, I did my vlogging here, and then I had to wait for my housemate. Because of changes in health and plans out there, she and the others weren't going to show up here until later. And then she just wasn't even going to come out here at all, so I had to wait for her. So by the time I got back, it was close to 11 o'clock. So by the time I got ready to travel, it was well past 11 o'clock, probably 11:30. Everybody's on lunch, not everybody, but 12 to 1 over there. So there was going to be nobody, but then this other person who, when she works there, she doesn't really take lunch. She just eats there, spends just her time doing stuff and doesn't leave to go eat. She was there. It was raining. It was cold. For the previous 2 days, I've been sick. Now, I like to be warm, but I don't like warmth in that I overheat quickly. I get too hot, I sweat, I don't feel good, I don't do well mentally or physically. There's a little mosquito or small flying insect coming toward me. Because I got my window open. Get away, bug. I don't know where you went. But now try to remember where I was talking about. It was raining, it was cold, and for the previous 2 days I had been sick or bad allergy reactions where my sinuses were running like a faucet. I was wheezing like I was an accordion. My skin and muscles hurt, and I just could not stay warm. I was right next to my space heater wearing a jacket, well, what I call a jacket, a long sleeve flannel shirt, right next to that at 75 degrees with the window almost shut, and I was still freezing. I could not get warm to save my life. And then yesterday, when the weather is even colder and it's raining, I felt good. So I just took off, basically dressed like this. What I wore in my vlogging yesterday was what I took off with. I didn't wear a jacket, the flannel shirt, or anything like that. I just had my umbrella and the way I'm dressed, and I went out. I felt great. It was back to normal. In fact, I heat up so much that by the time I was halfway through it, I was laughing to myself because, oh boy, I almost should have worn shorts because I was so warm. When I'm not sick and I go out like this, I am warm. When I go out when it's snowing and it's cold, I don't wear puffy jackets. Everyone I pass on the streets these days is wearing some kind of jacket. And I'm passing everybody wearing this, and I'm too warm. So it felt good to be back to normal. Speaking of being back to normal though, as much as again I'm waving my arms around in the air like I just don't care, oh boy, I do. Both of my biceps, right where my fingers are, I feel like both of my arms have been smacked with hammers. It is a hard and heavy, dull ache. It just hurts. It is not good through here. The rest of me, not doing bad. I mean, this arm moves around. Well, I can't say it moves around effortlessly because of this going on right now. So it weighs like 1 or 2 pounds more than it should. But this arm moves and feels like it's about 10 or 15 pounds heavier. It moves slower, and I have to work harder to make it do things because my sensory and my motor nerves are being pinched. Yeah, I'm having to work harder. So it's been fun. Yesterday I couldn't do much because after I got back from my 7-mile walk in the rain, the nice part, I got to walk past the stream. And even though it was raining and water was falling off of the trees, it was nice to walk past that stream. I loved doing that. Even though if you listen, you can hear the outside world. Even if you look hard, you can see housing along some of the edges of the ravine that you're in. Generally, when you're down in there, it's just the stream, the path, the greenery. There's some very older growth trees. There's like Spanish moss on a lot of the trees. There's bushes and greenery everywhere. If you've ever watched any of my Walkies videos where I go on the stream, remember what you see there is, nice, but just that nice. When I'm there and seeing it, of course, it's not this, it's widescreen, corner of my eye to corner of my eye and all the way up and down. It's, IMAX. So it's nice. There was finally more water because it was raining, not a ton more because it has to build up and then come flowing down. But that's good that it was raining. And there are lots of, I've mentioned before that people have been making like these burbling dams in the water. So that's nice. It's a good thing. Now, really quick, because I do have some other stuff and I'm 8 minutes in. We're supposed to have thunderstorms today. Not rain until later afternoon. And then tonight it's supposed to rain. So I'm going to have to do my walkies earlier, not completely early like during the daytime, because I've mentioned before, when I go walkies for the rest of the time, I'm done. That is why when I got back yesterday from my walkies, I fell asleep in my chair. I am done when I go walkies. Physically and all of that, I just have no energy. So, joy. I don't want to go too early or that's it. But it's gray outside. Thumbs up. I like thunderstorms. I just hope the electricity doesn't go out. At least we're not Texas. This is something I wanted to talk about though. It has nothing to do with anything. I wrote it down because I remembered. I watched one of these. I watch a lot of goofy channels on YouTube, and then I watch some serious channels on YouTube. One of them is a couple of them are medical types, and one of them was talking about what they had to do back in the late 1800s when you were in a war and you got shot. Now, this was horrifying. I mean, it's barbarism, but it was barbarism in the attempts in the service of trying to save your life. But they showed, the guy brought out like a solid plastic wood type leg, a replica of a leg, with the foot down here, the knee up here, and then right below the knee was a hole where the guy would have been shot. So as a replica, that's what it would have been. And it was a big damn hole, because those were big bloody bullets when they hit you. They didn't go really fast, weren't aerodynamic, but when they hit you, because of their size, it was the size of a hole. And if they broke your leg or such, and they determined that you needed to have your leg off, again, oh boy, barbarism in the service of trying to save your life, but barbarism nonetheless, because he went to a table with a replica of a human body, and he had the tools that they would have used. The first tool had the handle, and it looked like a scythe, that you cut plants with. It had a long, thin, curving blade, and it was, like I say, just a thin blade that went up and around. Nasty looking tool. And he said they would have a couple people there, and then the guy who had to have the leg come off. First cut, he showed on the replica, the blade comes up underneath the leg here, up underneath it, blade here, cut. Separates everything from the bone on that side. And then over here and cut. Takes care of all the rest of them. So by that time, the guy that they're having to cut the leg off is not doing well, as you can imagine. This is why they had to have the other people there, because they had to have the guy held down while they took the bone saw and grabbed your leg and just leaned into just getting that bone cut through. So yeah, if you're having someone saw through your shin, that's going to hurt. And then after they had the leg off and you just had the blank edge there, they had another tool that looked like a dentist tool. It was a long thin stick, and then at the end of that was a curved kind of hook thing. And they would shove that up inside of the hole wherever your arteries were. And they would fish around and then dig and pull out the artery that had sucked back up in there a little, sew it off, and then let it go. And then they'd have to go into each hole, dig out your artery, and tie them off. And then when they were done, they would undo the tourniquet to see if any gushing blood came out. Because if it gushes, that's an artery. And then they'd have to tighten up the thing and then go digging inside of your leg for that artery that was bleeding. And if they got that all done, they'd put on a bandage and then they'd put on the dressing and then out you go. And then they'd have to hope for the best. Now remember, this is before the time of even stuff like penicillin. And remember as well, you're in wartime. You're getting this done. A lot of people survived. They had people with amputations all the time. This was barbarism in the service of mercy. It was horrible what they had to do. But if they didn't get that leg off, you were going to die and die horribly. So they had to do something, and that was the only thing they knew how to do. But again, remember, at around that same time, here in the United States, I say around that same time, but I can't remember the exact dates of this stuff, one of the big brewer people, like Jim Beam or whatever the hell the other one is, was pissed at a safe, kicked the safe, hurt their toe, and a year later was dead from infection from hurting his toe. So when you can die because you kicked a safe, imagine what your chances were when they hacked your leg off and then dug your arteries out of your meat with a hook and then tied it off and slapped a bandage on. Ugh. But barbarism in the service of mercy. Yikes. And I'm going to talk about this one too. Hokey smokes. I have been having massive stress eating. I talk about stress eating in my setting. I have a character who, there were actually two characters that do stress eating. One of them is a lycanthrope, a werewolf whose natural form is a wolf, and then when they change, become a wolf-human hybrid. The other is a young cryptid called Haley. Yes, Haley. She has an eating disorder. And so she has got issues. She is just an eating disorder. And it's a true thing. She eats because she's unhappy, and she's unhappy because she eats. And so it's a horrible cycle. She needs psychological as well as physical help. Of course, stress eating. I mean, she eats like 1 or 2 human beings every single day. So that's not a good thing. But I'm up around 215 or so. Oh my God, I've been around 170, 180 for years. And in these past year and some, I have been having issues with my weight because of stress eating. Oh, I hate it, but there you go. Also, because of that, I mean, wearing a shirt like this, not my favorite thing, because I'm getting more, top heavy for a guy than I would like. But at the same time, I've laughed before about starting an OnlyFans. It's like with the weight I've put on, if you like fatter, older men with, sagging bellies and cellulitis, then hey, I'm starting an OnlyFans. Hey, when I was around 280 and some, I'm lucky. I still, right now because of my weight, need like an 8-cup support. But when I lose weight, I'm lucky. This all goes back up, and I don't have to worry about looking like I still need a bra when I'm thinner. There are a lot of men that, oh boy, there you got really sagging chests. Which, no shame, that's humanity in your body. But I have a lot of calls to make. Yesterday I did go up there. I turned in all the paperwork I needed. I hope, because Bremerton had sent me a couple pages of stuff that apparently I'd missed. Some of it should have been done by the staff there. They didn't do. But I walked up there yesterday, got that done, turned in 3 months worth of they needed at least a month's worth of my checking account transcript, and so I did that, 3 months worth, with a note on there saying that the money that's come extra is from a GoFundMe from people who don't want me to be homeless. And so that all got turned in. I can only wait. We turned in paperwork because in Bremerton / Port Orchard / up in that area, which is like 20-25 miles from here, there is a transitional housing. I filled out the application for it with their help yesterday at the Veterans Village, so here's a hoping. If not, I just need a couple days to be able to stay at a hotel, because I will get my disability on the 3rd, and I won't have to pay rent. My issue right now is getting everything paid for until next month. That's the bad part, because I got to pay for the U-Haul, I got to pay for transport, I got to pay for probably a hotel if I can't get into the transitional housing. And hotels are like $100 a day. But I just have to survive until the 3rd of next month, because I'm not going to have to pay rent. So I'm going to have my full rent thing to try and work with. I mean, I'm still, if I get accepted at the Veterans Village, I can't play with that money. I need to be very, very careful with it, just as if it was given to me by the GoFundMe, because I'm still going to have to pay for rent out at the Veterans Village. I'm still going to have to pay for food. I'm still going to have to do just a ton of stuff. So, yeah, I got to be careful, but oh boy, it's going to be easier when I get to the 3rd than it will be getting to the 3rd, if that makes sense. Did I do that in comprehensible English? I talked about this on Twitter, where I said I used to think I have fairly good communication skills until fairly recently, when I realized I have the communication skills of a bowl of Jell-O pudding. So hopefully I have explained this in a way that you can understand. If not, my sincere apologies. But checking my list over here, yeah, I still have calls to make. I need to call the church to make sure that they're still going to be coming in on Friday. I need to call a kitten rescue place, because my kitty cat needs a place to stay if I don't get accepted real soon. And she needs vaccination. I don't have a vaccination record for her. She adopted me was when I was living at my brother-in-law's garage. And she had been their kitty cat for like 15 years, not 15 years, 14 or so years, not even that, like 12 years before that. So I have no idea. So gotta make those calls. But I've done the stress eating, the calls to make, amputations, thunderstorms in the rain, walking all the way out there, 20 minutes in. Oh my God. I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. You are beautiful and awesome people. I can't put your names up here, but without your help, I and my aging pet would be hosed like Christmas monkeys. And if you've ever seen a monkey being hosed, being a Christmas monkey, that's the worst way to be hosed. So thank you so much for your help, and for everybody who has donated to my PayPal or my GoFundMe. And I just got a near $100 payment. They take funds, of course, fees. So thank you. That helps. Oh my God, because I still have to buy at least 1 or 2 more tubs from Walmart with, like, I got stuff in here and just the little tiny stuff that you don't catch until you go, oh my God. Because, hey, you're a human being, I'm a human being, stochastic blindness. If you expect to see something there subconsciously, your conscious eyes are just going to blink past it. You may have something sitting on a countertop that you need to take with you, but your eyes are just going to go, foo, right over the top of it because you expect it to be there. So joy on that. But I'm going to go through and thank however many people that left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. Let me turn off the spotlight. That's my word processor that I put my topics on. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I am not really counting. I'm just basically stemming. I mean, my hands hurt like there is glass inside of the knuckles. Well, of just these 2 fingers on each hand, which makes me think it's probably the nerve compression. But it feels like there's sand in these joints, so using them is not good. But it's use it or lose it, which is why you still see me waving my hands in the air like I just don't care. Use it or lose it. Joy. But we have Dreohonekay. I am doing my very best. Thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen, greatly appreciated. And I don't know if it was his allergies. I don't know if it was a really short cold, but boy, those last 2 days sucked. I'm glad yesterday and today I'm feeling a lot better. We have EIKOSICC, who offers a whole bunch of Bible quotes. And then there's Reg Peg, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And there, Yamil, thumbs up, thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. And I always take an umbrella. I carry an umbrella even if it looks like it's going to rain, and then it turns sunny, so I'm carrying an umbrella around during the sunny times. So no fear on the umbrella part. I don't like walking around and getting wet. Now the cold part, maybe I'm not so smart on that front, but I will do my best, and thank you very, very much. And there is Darkness Dragon. I'm feeling a lot better. Thumbs up and thank you. Pop Blast, who says, how long do I expect not to have internet for? As long as I'm in the house up till Friday, there's going to be internet here until my housemates are done. So as long as I'm here until Friday evening, I'll have internet. The rest of the time, it's like if I'm in a hotel, free Wi-Fi, so I'll hopefully be able to do something there. The part about the tiny apartment in the Veterans Village place is it's like a community center has the community Wi-Fi. I need internet. This is my social connection to the world. Without it, I am stuck. So I can't just have community internet. I need like a Wi-Fi booster or my own individual connection. So we'll see what happens. And then there is Nocturne Venom. Hey, I liked your name. Very, very cool. Thumbs up. Thank you much. There is User. I hope someplace something. I don't know. I'm wandering into all this the way I've gone through my entire life, which is blindfolded and unprepared for the consequences. Adrian Bryan, who views the left and the right, the Democrats and Republicans in the United States as the same. So the people that are trying to preserve voting rights and the people that are trying to take voting rights away, he views as the same. The party that is saying, if you talk about gay people, we'll send you to prison, and the states that are saying that we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that we will keep you safe, that they are both the same. There are arguments to be made for centrism. There are 10,000 more for each one of them against being a centrist. But hey, no problems. I mean, I understand. I spent ages as a centrist myself. Then we have Crystal Lizette. Oh, it was raining in Texas. Hopefully no flooding though. But thumbs up. And made in Canada. Good to see you there. And little spider is still there. I talked about the spider outside that I couldn't see before. There is a spider still outside the window. I don't know if it's the same one, but there's a spider out there. But the little spider over there in the corner, they make plastic cages specifically so that you can keep spiders as pets. Really, there are places that you can buy equipment and stuff so that you can keep your orb weaving spiders in plastic cages, so you can keep your just cobweb spiders in cages, and so that you can keep your tarantulas in cages. Yeah, there's a whole, what is the word? Market for taking care of spiders as pets. Thumbs up. I've actually thought about getting some of those so I could keep a spider in a box as a pet. So, thumbs up. There is, oh God, my eyes. Random kid from Toxic Town. Thumbs up, and hell, here's hope we both feel better about life. There is Bum Fluff. Who was saying maybe a Wi-Fi booster is a good idea? And yeah, that's what I was thinking too. RJ Mitchell, thumbs up, thank you. Good to see you in the comments, my friend. It is a definite thumbs up. Figment of your imagination. Doing my very, very best. And that is it. I still miss people who used to comment, like 77 Arcturus. And I know why Nexor EH is not leaving comments. Oh, their health. Holy smokes. So, still, 27 minutes in, I'm going to do what I have to do, which is try and box up as much as I can without stressing out my nerves too much. I mean, this is getting bad. I'm not going to be able to use either arm soon, but I need stable housing before I can get surgery. And then I have to survive surgery. Ugh. So, joy. Plus, I got those phone calls to make. I'm belching up garlic stuff. I take garlic tablets now. While my cholesterol wasn't high, it was on the higher end of the normal range. And my body's pretty reactive, so taking garlic should be helping. Thumbs up. Anyway, though, hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. That would be very, very cool. And remember, there's going to be an OnlyFans, because, hey, you never know. Still, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is definitely a very, very good thing. Thumbs up on that. Oh, so now I gotta get this. Hopefully, if you've been watching, you've enjoyed. Hopefully you've watched. When I look at my analytics, the vast bulk of my viewers drop off within the first 3 minutes, but then even people that are very popular have talked about how that happens with them. I mean, they've got subscriber counts in the millions, and they still go, yeah, the vast bulk drop off after 3 minutes. So, okay, that's fine. Still, I yammer, I go everywhere. You take care, I will see you. That is a good thing. Thumbs up.